Hello and Happy New Year.
Yay!
We are Our Yarn World, a place where we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 163 today, and we are here to just, we've been on a little bit of a pause. The only reason being that not only were we celebrating Christmas and the New Year's, but we live in the northern part of the United States, and when the snow falls, the ick comes, and good Lord, this Christmas was fraught with so much illness or just discomfort that despite all the joys of having created things or spending time with family or receiving or giving that this holiday season normally receives, it comes with a lot of other things too. And we had to push through quite a bit, and so we are here because we're here. And there's something I saw the other day that said you're going to do it not because you're in the mood to do it. You're going to do it because you said you were going to.
Yeah,
and
that's the truth.
And I felt that because I tend to be such a mood crafter. And obviously I don't apply that to my crafting, but it was supposed to be for like working out. Like you're doing it because you said you would. You're not doing it because you're in the mood to do it.
Yeah.
But there's also a sense of showing up for yourself, even in things like what we do with filming, where it's like, I don't really have anything to show today, but I'm showing up because I want to say hi, and I want to say, hey, just because you're a crafter doesn't mean that you don't get sick. Just because you're a crafter doesn't mean that your intentions are horrible just because you weren't able to fulfill them. Like, things happen, and they definitely did.
And life is hard sometimes.
So we're here to say Happy New Year. I really hope that you guys enjoyed your holiday season. I hope that you had a great Christmas or whatever you might celebrate, and that your new year was, I feel like the last couple of years things have been very heavy, but I hope that everyone's feeling some sort of way that is positive towards their well-being going into 2025.
Did you ever think you'd say 2025? I never thought growing up that we'd ever, get past 2000, and now we're 25 years past that. It's just wild how fast time's going.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about what the age what the year would be when I hit things like 30, 40, 50 myself, and there was this sense of like, you don't think about it, and it's one of those things where with the time of like periods, like when it's like the year itself, we focus on the months and we focus on the days of the month so much that when you think about the year that we're in, it's one of those things that you don't really think about it unless it is happening. And yet when you think, it's going to be that year when we turn this, and all of a sudden you're like, that doesn't seem possible, because most of the thing, it's either it has been and you're just referencing it, or you're living it. You don't think about the future when it comes to time itself, I feel.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel real because it hasn't been experienced, and it's technically not real until it's happened. So it's been weird. I feel like this episode's going to be very just us rambling.
Well, I do have some stuff to show, but I have something to say real quick. Happy birthday, Sarah.
Thank you. We're filming on my birthday. So yeah, but I don't know. It's just one of those things when time is a very funky thing.
It can be. Well, before I had drawn up my new design, I decided to just make some dishcloths. And so
It looks so cool.
I have different sizes, and I just, depending on how many I wanted to do, I just did them.
Was it already woven with those colors in it, or did
Yeah.
you do that yourself?
That's the colors that it was.
It's just,
Here you go.
it just looks like unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, they're mine? Thank you.
So I did draw up a new mosaic design, and I can't say it's mine. It came off Pinterest. What I did was just do my version of it.
Oh, I know what you're
And
talking about.
so what I did was I drew it on 11 by 17 graph paper, and then I cut it into pieces. And let me see my number. Okay, I gotta put it back on
26.
row 26.
Apologies.
And let me see. So this is the design. Whoop, let me see if I can get it where I'm not on the antlers. So I drew him up, and the fun part was trying to get it here. I found a tube, a mailing tube. And so I was just able to put it into the mailing tube and bring it here. So it doesn't get ruined while in transport, and I can bring it home that way too. But anyway, this is the design that I'm going to work on, have been working on. I'm using Pound of Love, and does it give me the color name?
Blanco.
White. And so I'm using white in the Pound of Love from Lion Brand, and I am using Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo in the colorway Cafe Latte.
A nice brown color.
Yeah. So that's what I'm using for the deer himself. And
Are you working top down or
Nope.
feet up?
you always work bottom to top.
Okay, so we're gonna see its feet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is working out so cool. Look at that.
So, yep, this is where I'm at so far. And
Oh, wow.
I graphed him on
That's so cool.
the first, and I think I started this on the second or third.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I was
it's
still-
like less than a week of progress.
because I had to do all the X's on here and stuff, and that takes time.
It's like you're mapping it out first.
Yeah. And then I always use my little light bulb stitch holder, and I figured out that because you have such big areas.
Yes.
Okay, so you count the first ones and you do them, but if you want to just go your length, you can just count from the other end. Okay, you start over here, and when you count over here, you put your stitch marker in there for that amount.
Yeah.
And then you can go all the way until that stitch marker.
Yeah.
It's so much easier than counting all the time.
No, I get it.
And so,
It's called working smarter, not harder.
yes. And so that's where I'm at with him, and I
Beautiful.
work on him a little bit each day. Like she said earlier, we have been going through some stuff, and my voice is coming back a little bit. I'm getting it back, but I have been hoarse for almost 2 weeks now.
Yep.
And so, well, it is 2 weeks today. Yep. And so it was very hard for me to get anything done during that time. So we just postponed our filming until this week, because you really wouldn't have understood what I was saying last week with the way my voice was acting. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on and enjoying during the times when I could focus, because I have a lot on my mind right now, trying to figure things out and doing things and waiting for doctor's appointments and all that jazz. So we are going to be doing a lot of different things today after this filming, and we've got a lot of different things to do, and celebrating her birthday. And
yeah, I'm going to the dentist. It's great.
But
awesome. Top notch.
But and then just, we got little Canyo's birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
And we're not celebrating it until the 1st of February, but it'll be fun because he's 5 and he's so excited about being 5. And I told him how much he's grown, how he's not a baby anymore. Mm-hmm. And he can touch the roof of my the inner roof of my car now, and I said,
while he's sitting.
And I said, "Man, you're getting so tall." And he says, "I'm almost 5 now, Nana."
He calls it a handful. I'm almost a handful.
Yeah. So
he already is.
So, but okay.
But yeah, no, for sure. I have a whole bunch of projects in my head that I need to get done that will be such a January fiasco, getting stuff done for my son and just everything. But while she lost her voice, I don't know what it would be called. I know it's like a toothache, but I had an infection hit that took out a whole corner of my mouth, and I was in pain. And with it happening over Christmas, contacting doctors to be like, hey, could I get an antibiotic? Could I figure out what I should do? And I wasn't really thinking very well to contact them just at the drop of a hat, and I didn't want to go into the ER. That was my choice. In my head, as long as I didn't have a fever, I didn't need to go to the ER, but that's just me probably being stubborn.
When you're in that much pain, you're not thinking straight anyway.
Well, when it comes to my mouth and my teeth, I don't want just anybody dealing with them.
Yeah.
And so there's a sense of like, I trust where my dentist sends me.
Yeah.
Or if it's my dentist, but I'm very picky about about that specifically. So yeah. I just didn't want to mess with it, but I've been dealing with that, and I feel like the best way of describing the pain, because yeah, I could say, oh yeah, the pain was radiating, and it was going into my jaw, and it was going into my ear, and it was going into my tongue, because it does, and just all the different nerve stuff that it attacks. Yeah, there's that, but I honestly feel like this is the best way of just describing it. It's like the head pain. I mean, migraines are pretty rough, and there's that whole vertigo thing that happens, but those I feel are a completely different onset. When it comes to tooth pain, there's nothing like it, except for me, it's like stubbing your toe, and then like all of a sudden your foot is incapable of working. Right. When you have something happen with one of your teeth, it's like all of a sudden all your teeth are incapable of being able to do their job. I swear, it's just so insane that it just incapacitates everything. Right. The same way as stubbing your toe in the middle of the night. It's that same like all-consuming.
Yeah, it's all you can think about.
Whereas like there's other pains that it's like it's isolated to that one location. I can deal with it. It's just, it demands to be felt, and it leaves nothing to be able to push through. And it just left me not being able to do much. And so I don't have very much to show for it besides maybe a book or so read. Because I just I had to try to exist.
Right.
In a zombie state, really.
And then Olivia went to the eye doctor, and on Monday she was able to get her glasses so it can correct a couple of things. And she's so cute. Oh, I just love it. So she's got glasses.
Very proud of it too.
Yes. And
then Daniel's been sick this last week
with asthma.
And yeah, so it's
it's just been a thing.
It's like once one thing clears up, the next thing happens. Once that's done, the next thing happens. And I know that that's just life.
We have domino effect all the way down from
everything
a couple of weeks ago. So
and
hopefully this is getting over with now.
And I know that that's just life. And I know I don't owe you guys an explanation. I know you guys are crafters and you know what it's like to have life get in the way of your crafting. But it's just one of those things where it just stinks. And I, as someone who feels very, not emotional, but just affected by the fact that when I can't push through to enjoy my craft, it drives me nuts. I feel like there's others out there that feel that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you require my permission, but just as someone that gets you, it's okay to take a break. It's okay if you can't get everything done. And it's okay if you're not okay.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be sick.
Yeah.
Amazingly enough. It's a thing.
So, we do have a quote today, and it says, "The man on top of the mountain didn't fall there." And that was said by Vince Lombardi. The man on top of the mountain didn't fall there. You have to work to get to the top of a mountain. And when you get there, you get to experience the joy of being there. And we have found with the craftiest time of the year, finding that balance of I've got a project, I have a deadline, and it gets finished. It was like hitting the top of that mountain. It was really, really good for both of us. And we're just... we're thinking that's going to be our November, Decembers from now on. We're just going to do the craftiest time of the year and have you guys come in and join us with those. And so we hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did and got a lot of things done too.
Yep. No, I I think sometimes we see people's successes and we think that just because they're there now, that it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a level of maintaining it. There's a level of the discipline that it took to get there, the level of discipline to stay there. And
yes.
they have a smile on their face, and we just assume that means that it was just easy for them. But the reality is that they're smiling at because they made it, not because it was easy.
Yeah.
I remember when I was with a group of my friends that were kind of like fitness people. I mean, I don't know how to put it. I was in a fitness group. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. And it was it was in 2020 during COVID, after I'd had my son, and I was feeling up to doing it. And people had seen me right after birth, so right after I'd given birth and what my body looked like then. And then because of the pause of COVID, we were really talking over the phone or through text. We weren't really visually seeing each other. The next time they saw me, because of the breastfeeding, that was taking out calories. Me losing calories, and then I was working out and I was feeling good about my achievement, but then the people just being like, oh my gosh, because I had really lost a lot of weight really fast, and I know that it was because of the breastfeeding. Like, right. I am more than aware of that. It wasn't just my efforts alone, but they did help. And just how people responded to that, there was people that was really excited for me, but then there were some people being like kind of like jealous, and kind of snippy at me about it, and I had that from family members. I had that from people that were friends, and everyone deals with their big emotions. I'm not acting like they were bad for that, but it's a situation of I didn't get here from doing nothing. Like, I wasn't just, and I'm not saying that their progress didn't matter, because I saw progress for those that were working out. Even if it wasn't like mine, I was like, whoa, you do look different. What you've been doing has been
working.
Yeah. But I happen to have the effect of being a breastfeeding mom and having those calories that burn so fast with doing that, making it look like I got there easier. And I still wasn't where I wanted to be, but just because they saw some fast transition, they thought that there was a success that I had achieved before them. And it was a very weird experience to be like, I didn't just trip here.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't happen from nothing. It was sleepless nights taking care of a baby. It was still saying that I would push through and meet myself in front of that workout program every single day with my shoes tied and my hair up and ready to go and do it.
Right.
Because again, you gotta do it even when you're not in the mood to do it. You have to show up for yourself. You have to keep promises to yourself. And I think that people forget that.
Yeah.
You don't just keep promises to other people, you keep promises to yourself if you want to see your goals be met.
That's true.
And you don't have to be full energy every single day. You don't have to be 100% in it every single day. But every single time you show up and do any level of energy towards your goal is another day that you have accomplished something.
Yes.
So, yes, The Man on Top of the Mountain didn't just fall there by Vince Lombardi. But the reality is that no matter what that looks like for you, it is okay. And for a lot of people, this is the time of year where they're starting some sort of workout program again or diet. Mm-hmm. Remember, not every single day is going to be the same. You're not going to be your 100% available, emotional, mental, capacitated, having the best mental strength to push through every single day the way that you did going in the first day.
Right.
A lot of times we lose energy halfway through what we're working through, but that doesn't mean that you can still meet yourself halfway. You can still do those small wins. You can still keep that chart that shows what you've gotten done, even if it wasn't the same as 2 days ago. Yeah. As long as you're doing something towards your goal, you're not doing nothing. Exactly. So just do something every single day. It doesn't have to be the 15 items that you did the first day. It could be 2. That's still something.
Right.
So just remember to give yourself grace and to remember that showing up sometimes just means I'm going to do it even if I don't feel like it. But because I don't feel like it, it's not going to be 100%. And that's okay, because we're human and we have limitations. And
keep those promises to yourself.
They matter. They matter. What we promise to ourselves matter, because we're the ones that sleep, eat, and live with ourselves. When everyone else is gone, we live with us.
Yes.
So keep up your relationship with you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who lives with you every single day. And you have to be able to know that you lived with very few regrets as possible, that you're able to live with the choices that you've made, and that you can be proud of yourself, because the reality...
And like yourself.
And like yourself and love yourself.
Yes.
It matters. So...
It sure does.
Here's to 2025. We're going to go at it. We're going to be strong. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's see us meet our goals. Feel free to share what some of your goals are down below. We might make a video about what we would like to see happen in 2025. Kind of recount the things as to whether we were able to meet our goals in 2024 and if we're going to be rolling some of those over.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe.
Yep.
We enjoy this little community that we have. We enjoy every single one of our viewers, and we appreciate you. But we do this also as a means to have that community that we know lives with the same hobbies and passions as us.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your help in holding us accountable to our goals and seeing it through. So that's part of the reason that we do these videos, to kind of help motivate ourselves to be like, what are we have to show something this week.
Yep.
We're going to show up this week.
Yep.
So.
And we're showing up for you.
So we hope that you enjoyed this video today. We will see you next week. And as always, we hope that you stitch your way
To mental health.